So today we're talking with Sheena Detwiller. Sheena and her dad Gary are one of our partners. We actually have over 200 doors together in joint ventures. And Sheena, I'm just going to get you to tell the audience a little bit about your background and how you got to be where you are today.
Okay, great. Thank you, Edna.
Mm-hmm.
So I started at an early age. I was 14 when I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I tell everyone that book really resonated with me. It opened up my eyes to a whole new world of thinking about money and how to be smart with your money. When Robert Kiyosaki talked about how getting a good job and good grades and working for your entire adult life to retire with very little was not the smart way to go about it. That said a lot to me because I always felt going through the school system that I wasn't very smart because in math and chemistry and physics, I was always getting a failing grade. And any of the classes that I did excel in, I felt like there wasn't good jobs, in English and arts. And so when I heard that I could be my own boss, create my own business, and invest in real estate, that really got me excited because growing up, I always wanted to be rich and a millionaire. And to me, I thought, wow, finally I have the answer, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Oh, that's exciting. You actually just kind of give me goosebumps when you talk about that because, it's funny how many people I've met who are just like uber successful, where they've said, I always knew I was going to be rich. I always knew I would find a way to excel in what I wanted to do. Very much the same for me. I remember as a young person being told, you know what, and you got to learn to live within your means. And I went, no, I want to learn to expand my means. Like, what a difference. So it's funny how that hits you really young and you just go for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, and that set me on the path where I just devoured every business book, every real estate investing book that I could get my hands on. And then I enrolled in the commerce program at the University of Saskatchewan, thinking that because it was a business school, it would teach me about entrepreneurship and how to be a business owner. And I remember sitting in classes in the first week, and every professor, all they talked about was getting a good job and going off to Calgary and working. And I thought, and all of my alarm bells and all the red flags were going off. And I was thinking, this is terribly wrong. Like, this isn't what I want at all. And then I made the decision in my fourth year to actually drop out of my studies because I found a business opportunity that I could start that applied all of the principles that Robert Kiyosaki had talked about. And I remember when I told my peers in commerce what I was doing, they thought I had completely lost my mind and that I was crazy for doing that. But I knew in my heart that that was the right decision. And I was so fortunate that my parents also knew that that was the right decision for me. And they supported me and helped me on my journey of becoming an entrepreneur and then a real estate investor.
That's exciting. And you guys do a lot of work together, you and your parents too, right?
We do, yeah. When I bought our very first property, the fourplex, I did it without notifying my parents first. Once I had an accepted offer, I called my parents and said, hey, guess what I did? And it was interesting because my mom was the one who was really excited about it. And it was my dad who wasn't so excited, which to me was strange because growing up, Dad and I always talked about business. He had revenue properties when I was a little child back in the early 80s. And I thought that he would be just as excited. But it was the reverse. And we actually had to enroll my dad in the process.
And that, I think, is when we met you, when you guys first started taking your classes, when we met at the real estate event in Saskatoon in 2007, right?
Yeah, I always laugh about that story because I had heard on the radio that there was this free 3-hour intro to learn about real estate investing in Saskatoon. And I went to that and I called Dad and told him that that's what I was doing that afternoon. And he said, okay, but don't buy anything. And so I went, and then they always upsell you at the end, and they had a $500 package where you would get a course and you would be able to take a whole weekend event in Saskatchewan. And then so again, I called Dad and said, hey, I signed us up for this course. And so he and I went to it, and that was the course where we met you and Warren. And I tell everyone that that was a game changer for us because both Dad and I and you and Warren, again, bought more coaching and training because we firmly believe in that. And that's how we formed our friendship, was traveling around, taking this education, and that's where our friendship and then business partnership developed.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone, when you look back to think that I spent $500 on this course, and as a result, through knowing you, we've been able to raise millions of dollars and grow our portfolio from small-time investors to hundreds of rental doors between us. So that was one of the best investments we ever made, was just furthering our education, because you never know who you're going to meet and where that person is going to take you on your journey.
And that's exactly right. We too say that was a game changer for us, just starting to take those education classes, the network that we built. It's really exciting that several of the speakers that we have coming in for the weekend are all people that we met and now have a really good relationship with, and we met them all through the Rich Dad Poor Dad classes, right?
Yeah. And it's great networking with all of those people because you can surround yourself with people who are like-minded, have the same vision as you, the same goals, and who are essentially working, on the same dream and journey that you are. So when you can surround yourself with those people, you get so inspired and you learn so much from one another. And a lot of times people find that it's their friends and family back home that maybe aren't supportive and don't quite see their vision. So it's nice to get out and bump elbows with other people that get it just like you do.
Mm-hmm. You know what I found, that we absolutely have to be around people who are in growth mode or we go backwards, correct?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, totally true. Now, you are in the process of writing a book. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What's the title?
Yeah, I'm really excited about my book that will be coming out this summer. The title that I have is Millionaire by 30, and the subtitle is Leveraging Real Estate to Build Wealth. And the book is about my journey, starting out as a university dropout, a single mother at the age of 24, and how I built up a large real estate acquisition and management company that enabled me to be financially free and a millionaire before the age of 30.
Oh, I can't wait to read it. Is my understanding correct that you'll have pre-sales available at the conference?
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited about that. And you and Gary are both going to be on stage, and you're going to be around. You're going to have a booth at the event, so people will be able to talk to you and really get an idea of what it takes as an under 30-year-old to hit millionaire status with just a dream, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and we're going to be at the event, and we'll be on stage talking about how our investment company puts deals together. We invest in the multifamily apartment buildings, and we're working on a couple big deals right now that we'll be able to talk about. And people can learn our investment process, more about our story, and then if they have any interest, they can talk to us about learning how they can participate in our up-and-coming deals that we have right now.
Oh, good. Yeah, exciting. It's so exciting to see all the stuff that's going on in Saskatchewan right now. And I think it's so important to share that with fellow Saskatchewan people because you were at the same event we were at in Saskatchewan at the end of April. And wasn't it exciting to see like over 600 delegates there, a lot of them not even from Saskatchewan, being so pumped about what's going on in Saskatchewan?
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of big outfits from Alberta and BC who are in our market right now and buying everything that they can get their hands on because they see the potential of our province and where we're going. They say by the year 2045 that we will double. We're about 270,000 right now. And in Saskatoon, we're going to go up to 500,000. And I believe in Saskatchewan, we're going to be around 1 million in population. So, and our economy is so diverse. Everyone's aware of all the resources that we have, the universities and the synchrotron and all the research that we do. And people are moving here. They said that there's 20 new people moving to Saskatoon every day.
Oh, that's
is crazy.
And did you hear the stats on Regina? I haven't heard that.
I don't remember the stats on Regina, but it's the same. Both cities are strong, and the province as a whole is strong for the foreseeable future. And everyone in Canada is really excited about what's happening here in Saskatchewan.
Oh no, it's so exciting to go from a have-not province to one where people are saying we've got everything.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the future, and that's why we're working diligently right now to acquire a few more deals, because we've seen it, each year the price per door keeps going up and the rents continue to go up, and there's always going to be demand for people needing rental housing and a roof over their head.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and just here in Regina yesterday, I met with an investor that flew in from BC to look at some buildings around here, and I was talking to him, and he's got $100 million worth of Saskatchewan real estate in the last little while. So, when people are coming in from BC, all the have provinces or former have provinces, Ontario, Alberta, and they're looking at Saskatchewan and they're buying stuff up, that's got to tell local people, get off your butt. If you want to do something, now's the time. I've had several people say to me, and you probably have too, gosh, I wish we would have started when you started, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And what's your response to that?
I tell them that it's never too late to start, just to get in the game, because the outlook for our province, we're going to keep ticking along. We're going to keep booming. So instead of continuing to sit on the sidelines and just watch it go past, you might as well get in on the game and start reaping the rewards for yourself.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, you know what? This is so exciting. I can't wait to hear you guys on stage. I can't wait to sit and share stories. There's one other story I'd kind of like you to share with our audience. We bought buildings together in La Ronge in 2012. Can you kind of give us a rundown of how that came to be and where it's sitting right now?
Yeah. The package that we bought in La Ronge consists of 144 units. And when our commercial realtors brought that deal to us, at first I wasn't interested. But then when Dad took a look at it and realized how good the numbers were, we realized that financially it just made sense because the price per door was below replacement cost if we had to build those buildings. And just with the resources that are in that La Ronge area, we knew that it would be a good buy. And it actually appraised for $1 million more than what we paid for it. So right on the day that we closed, we instantly had $1 million in equity. And it's since gone up. We've raised rents. We've done some renovations to the suites, and we're actually just refinancing it right now, and there's $2 million in equity in that building. And all of our partners are really excited about it. We're able to refinance, pull out that equity, and then continue to use it to buy more apartment buildings.
And what was the initial time frame that we thought we'd have the investors pay back in?
I don't really remember.
I think it was 4 to 4.5 years was our initial projection. So to be able to have them paid back in 2.5 years is beyond exciting.
Yeah. And we've seen that on quite a few of the deals that we've done together where, in 18 months, investors have had all of their capital back plus then profit. And we're able to just do the same thing over and over and over again. So that's really exciting for everyone.
Oh, it is. It is. And you said you've got a couple more projects under your belt that you'll be able to share with the group when they're at the event?
Yes, we do. We're working on a few more right now, and today I'm throwing in another offer for a couple more buildings. So we're hoping that we'll have those tied up and able to present that at your event as well.
Awesome. Very exciting. Okay, well, you know what? This is so good. So excited to have you coming, and can't wait to hear more about what's coming with the Saskatoon properties, and we will talk to you more at the event.
Great. I can't wait. Thanks, Edna.
Thanks very much, Sheena. Bye-bye.
Bye.